Hi, bonjour, welcome, bienvenue, welcome to our event about France. We are going to talk about travel. We are going to discover France, hidden gem of France together. Right now, you are either connected on YouTube or on Facebook Live. Please make sure to comment, to share anything. Simon, a part of a team, is in France right now. It's commenting. He will share many links for you to read and to learn more about different travel pack and different places to visit. I'm Julien. I'm the co-founder of Best of France. I will do the introduction and give you a bit detail about what we are going to talk about today. And after, I will leave the floor to Frank, and he will let you more about what's happening really, and introduce every guest that we're going to watch today. But please, first, I'm interested to know. Right now, we are based in Vancouver, BC, in Canada. But let us know, where are you based right now? And tell us more about France. Did you ever travel to France? What was the occasion? What did you do? When was that? We're very curious to know that. Most of you know Paris, but we got so much more to let you discover. That's usually like one of the big steps that you are going to do when you travel to Europe. And we got great people to talk about opera, bike tour, wine tasting, many things to discover. Some French island that we want to help you to discover and to explore. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. That people are in Calgary. Thank you, Curtis, to share. So yeah, please let us know everything. Like I said, the agenda is probably like 75, 1 hour and 15 minutes, and to share many videos, many with great people that will let you know more about France and what you can do. Thank you, Mary, saying you're in Philadelphia today. And yeah, we will talk about like Lyon too at some point. So, oh yeah, thanks. Thank you for sharing your stories. That's what we want to hear from you. That's what we are, why we are live today. It's just because we want to create a community. Right now, we are like 36 36,000 people on Facebook Live, on Facebook likes. We probably will be like more than 1,000 people right now live today, and we appreciate you. We appreciate our community, and we really look forward to learn more about you. People are from Ontario, connected. Perfect. Never been to France. That's a great occasion. Like definitely with COVID, like slowly dying down, like there is many more opportunity to travel in Europe, to travel everywhere. France recognize like any COVID pass that you can have either like in US or Canada. You just have to do like few steps to just get your QR code recognized by France, and after you can enjoy everything. You can go to the restaurant, you can visit museum. It will be free and perfect. Somebody already in France, in New Orleans. Thank you for joining. That's perfect. Thank you for commenting and for being with us today. So, without any further ado, I would like to just let you know more about the agenda today. So, we are going to talk about like different French islands. We're going to visit France and like hidden gem, like some French castle in the Loire Valley, some vineyard in the west part of France. We are talking about like opera, a bike tour in France. Somebody in Florida, thank you for sharing. And so, without any further ado, I would like to introduce you to Frank. Frank is a co-founder of Best of France, and he will be your host for today. Frank?
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much, Julien. It's a great pleasure to have you today with us. I've been in Canada, Vancouver, for more like 16 years, and the very first time I moved to Vancouver, I was happily surprised to realize that a lot of people enjoy France, and especially from the Tour de France and the pictures that they get during those 2-3 weeks race in France, and that let us realize that actually there are more than just Paris when we talk about France in people's mind. And the purpose today is mainly to share with you, as Julien said, some hidden gems, some part of France that you might not all of you know, and that's the purpose of today. We're going to have different destinations. There are 6 destinations that we're going to share with you. I will be happy to share 4 of them with you, and then we'll have some guests as well. First guest from Discover France. Valentina is going to talk about her destination, and then we're going to have people from Opera al Palazzo from Paris as well, talking about their offer, their destination. We're going to have those sessions of 8 minutes each, more or less, and just to separate those destination presentation, I'm going to share with you some videos, only a few minutes, around like 2 minutes, no more, but just to give you a sense and different flavor of France, from different part of France, from France mainland in Europe, as well as some islands that France has somewhere in the world as well. Sorry. So we're gonna to start first with the first video. There's a video about l'île de la Réunion, the Réunion Island. Just enjoy that one. I'm gonna to start with the first presentation right after this one.
Believe in a world where we all live together, united, connected, beyond beliefs and religions. Believe in a world where we can share, dance, taste, explore, breathe. Believe in a world of magic, adventure, love and passion. This world is happening now. And still, after its accelerating path, the world is off, recovering, fighting for us, for humanity. Nature, volcano, lagoon and waterfalls will again enlighten us with their beauty. As their guests, stay at home today for a better tomorrow. Cleaner, greener. Tomorrow is alive. Tomorrow is full of possibilities. Tomorrow is our future. Tomorrow, go to Réunion.
La Réunion, reunion in English, the get together, the same idea of having people sharing this good experience in that exotic island. Thank you again, all of you, for your message, and congratulations, Teresa. I just pick randomly some messages, so I can read that you're going there for your honeymoon. You're gonna have a good time there, and we have somebody from upstate New York States as well. I was in Ithaca just a few years ago. We're going to start first with the destination that for us gather. I mean, the idea of gathering what can be the best in a lot of people's minds, which is wine. Of course, like everybody knows, France is quite famous for its wines, and history as well, and architecture, which you can see and experience through the different castles that we have in the Valley of the Kings. When we talk about Valley of the Kings, this is that part of France around the Saumur, which is around, it's like a 2 hours drive away from Paris on the west, on the direction to the Atlantic coast. This is where before Kings, before the Louvre, people know about the Louvre as a museum, but before that was the place of the king in Paris, before the Versailles was built, and that's the Valley of the Kings, a place where a lot of kings used to spend most of the time in there. So this package is actually a package of 4 nights in that area, and that's a good way for you again to discover this land of kings and the good wines from this region, like Saumur and Touraine. This is a good opportunity for you to check and to test the different diversities of the different kind of wine you have in this Loire Valley. It's around this river, the Loire. That package includes, and we are going through more detail about every single day. 4 nights again in this 4-star hotel, and breakfast are included in that package, and dinner for the first event. So the first day, and you will see that throughout the 4 days, you have at least 1 or 2 winery and 1 castle or 2 castle to visit. Start first day with the Vouvray. You will have a chance to go there with English speaking guide that will help you to discover all those different locations. But the Vouvray wine winery that you're going to visit there is more like a family wine house. Just a few names about a few information about the Vouvray. The Vouvray is very, very famous wine from this Loire river. Its main the main cépage, the main grape is Chenin Blanc. Chenin Blanc is not that very well known in the rest of the world, but it's very particular to this area. It's mainly a white grape that we use for sparkling wine and as well traditional wine, but to as well the kind of a sweet dessert wine as well. So this grape is the base for all those different kind of wine that we find on this part of France on the Loire River. Chenin Blanc, just for the story about it, Chenin Blanc was introduced in Australia. Actually, you find a lot of South Africa. You find a lot of those grape in South Africa. It was introduced there back in 18th century, and that's very funny to see that the old world wine cépage crossed the land and ocean to go to South Africa. You will have another visit in another winery in this area as well. And the first castle you're going to have a chance to visit, for the one who decide to go there, is Amboise. You will hear throughout those different days very, very famous castle, Château de la Loire. Amboise is the first one. Amboise was the place where Francis I, François I, this very famous king in France, used to grown up in this castle, and that castle used to belong to his mother, Louise de Savoie. It's a place that is quite known as well for being the place when Francis I, was the king of France, when he welcomed Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci, was a guest of the King Francois I, and had a good chance to draw a lot of and experience a lot of different ideas that he would have. So if you have a chance to go to that place, and then you go outside in the park, because I was lucky to go there with my family, you will see some of the ideas that Leonardo da Vinci had for real, like the first tank or the first helicopter, we'll say. The day after, the day number 2, that will be another chance for you to check another kind of wine there. This is Bourgogne wine. It's as well a family winery, so we're going to avoid those traditional, very touristy places, but more like a one-to-one, face-to-face introduction of the wine from family owners. And the first. Actually, that would be the second after Amboise, the day before, would be the castle of Chinon. It's more like a fortress. It goes back to Middle Age. We have a small video about that, so we're going to show you right now. It would take less than 1 Great. That was Chinon Fortress. To answer one question I pick up from the chat, Brandon speaks French. Are there any museum? Yes, of course. As you have seen on the video, you have a lot of interaction when you visit all those different castles, and then either you can go with a guided tour, or as well you can do your visit on your own path, and then you have a lot of those technical tools that you have available for you to make it very you personal visit. So museums, yes, and then more than that, you are inside of the castle that is part of your experience, where you're going to have again this personal interaction with the location. Then number three, two vineyards. That the first one is Mainguy winery, and then the other one is another family winery just in the area. You're gonna have to end that day number three at Chenonceau. Chenonceau, it's a castle from the 16th century. It's the one you can see built over the bridge. It's typical the castle that we want to call as the best example of la Renaissance, this particular part of Middle Age, where the architecture and the France presence worldwide was very blossom, and I would say the best time for France and Middle Age. Sorry, this is a place which is very famous for having one queen, Queen Catherine de Médicis, who was not only the wife of the king, but she was as well the moms of three kings. So she's in the French history very iconic queen, and not even talking about all the decisions she took back then, where she influenced very much her husband as well as her sons, one after the other one. She used to live in that castle. So on day number 4, there will be only one winery, but you will have a chance to visit the best castle, that's Cheverny and Chambord, just about Chambord. This is the largest castle that you have in the Loire River. It's as well from Renaissance, as I mentioned before with the previous one. It's a very famous castle for having, sorry, I have to read that in English because a double spiral staircase. So that castle is built kind of around this staircase from the ground floor all the way to the 3rd floor, where you have a double spiral staircase which actually doesn't touch each other, and then you can go up and down and you will not see the other people using that stairs. Some people will think that it's actually something that came out of the imagination of Leonardo da Vinci, but that's not very, that's more legend than something that we can take for granted. Again, that's a castle that if you have a chance to go and visit, would keep in your mind for just this particular aspect. That is the end of the first presentation about this destination, where again you combine for the family wine, I will say, for the very amateur of the wines, but as well architecture and history. It's a very good family destination, not far from Paris. When you have a chance to stay there for 4 nights, that takes you very away from what Paris can offer. We're gonna to go to the next presentation, but before that, we're gonna to have first a video, a few minutes about Toulouse. Toulouse is that city on the west coast by the Atlantic side, which is very famous for we call that city La Ville Rose, the pink city, just for the stones that are used in the architecture. And just let you enjoy this video, and I will see you just right after that.
We can try to fall in line.
Toulouse, a place to be. Thank you very much again for joining us for the one who are just attending right now, and you can use the chat on that session today. I'm gonna pass on the mic to Valentina. She's gonna talk to us about Discovery France. Valentina, this is your turn.
Hi everyone.
Just
Hi, happy to be here. So yeah, my name is Valentina. I work for Discover France. You will now see the presentation. So we are a tour operator based in France, and we are specialized in self-guided cycling tours in France and Europe, and we've been doing that for the past 27 years. So I will talk to you today about two of our tours, the one in Provence and one Valley. And so before giving you more details about those specific tours, I will give you some general information. And of course, you have a special offer for the Best of France event. So if you book in the next 48 hours with us, you have a 10% discount on one of those two trips. So during all of our tour, you will have several things that are included. You have, of course, travel documents, both with general tourist information and road maps and all the information that you need to cycle in France and to follow your tour, of course. We also include the bike rental. So we have hybrid bikes, but you can also upgrade to e-bikes or road bikes. And we have a very different bikes. We have basically everything. So if you need anything specific, just let us know. Accommodation with breakfast is included, and also some dinners depending on the tours. You have a 24/7 emergency support available every time during your tour, and then we also provided the luggage transfer between each stage of your tour. To navigate yourself during the tour, you have a mobile app, and on the first day you have an orientation meeting with one of our guides, and he or she will bring you the bikes and give you all the information about your tour, and then explain you how everything works. So the first tour that I wanted to talk to you about is our Provence Classic 7 Nights tour. Provence is a very famous region, of course, in France, but it's also a great destination for cycling. The climate is great, so it's perfect if you want to do a tour in early spring or even late during autumn. The Provençal character is very unique. You have small villages, local markets with many local products like wine, olive oil, the lavender, of course, and those are all things that you will able to see during these our tours in Provence and this tour in particular. The local heritage is also great. You have a rich Roman heritage with sites like the Pont du Gard or Arles or yes, Saint-Rémy. It's a very nice and very typical Provençal village, as someone is saying in the chat, I see. And it's of course Provence. It's very famous for cycling, and it's a hilly region. So in case you want to do a quiet tour and you don't want to be too tired at the end of the day, maybe the e-bike is can be a perfect option if you have any doubt. So you will now see a short video and specifically about this tour, but it also gives you an idea of what to expect during most of our tours. So I'll let you see the video and then we can go on with the second tour. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. It gives you a really good idea of what to expect during our tours, and specifically the Provence Classic 7 Nights tour. And the second tour I wanted to show you is one of our tours in the Loire Valley, and specifically the Loire Valley Classic Villandry to Chambord Castle tour. The Loire Valley is a very popular region to cycle in France, so it's very safe. There are many cycle paths, and also it's quite flat, so it's perfect if you want to do a quiet and relaxed tour, or maybe if you're traveling also with kids. It can definitely be a good idea to go to the Loire Valley. As also said before, the culture there is unique. You have many castles, many charming villages and cities, and also great local gastronomy with many wines. And all our tours there, and specifically this one, they really combine all the aspect and everything that you want to see during a tour in the Loire Valley. During this tour, you will able to see the castle of Chambord and Chenonceau. You will really go there by bike, and it's a very unique experience to cycle there and to discover the region in different way. So yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to say to you today. I hope that you enjoy the presentation and then discovering a little bit more about cycling in France. If you have any question, just feel free to contact us anytime. I'll be happy to answer to all your questions. And don't forget that in case you want to book in the next 48 hours, you will have a 10% discount. Thank you very much for having me today, and I can't wait to receive your calls or emails and answer to them.
Thank you very much, Valentina. That's a great experience on a bicycle for sure. It's a different way to visit those places that we think we know them, but
Yeah,
from the
sure.
bicycle, it's totally different
Yeah,
way of
it's a
again to
very,
enjoy it.
yeah, totally. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you again. We got your contact as well as on the chat. You have all the contact detail if you want to further discuss with Valentina about that. We're gonna to go to the next presentation. We're gonna to have a video first about Mont Saint-Michel. Just before that, few comments. Curtis Menerbs. Yes, of course, you know Menerbs. You have Lacoste not far, and the Gordes village not too far as well from the Luberon area. We have Anna from Miami. Hi, good afternoon to you, Miami. Anna, sorry. Looks like you know Paris, France a lot, and obviously maybe today you're going to have a chance to experience something different than what you have done already in France. And again, Brandon, very good, très bien, très bon anglais, très bon français. Y a-t-il beaucoup de fromage? Well, you know the country, it's very famous for apparently having like 240 plus different kind of cheeses. So yes, a lot of cheese everywhere you go to France. Without further ado, we're gonna to go to the next presentation. But before that, just give you another flavor of France, and that would be this video about the Mont Saint-Michel.
The clerks and monks believed that the church symbolized the heavenly city of Jerusalem, and they wanted it to sit on top of the world, metaphorically.
Mont Saint-Michel was a major irritant for the English occupation.
On s'est aperçu qu'on avait deux soucis. Le premier, c'est que le Mont Saint-Michel n'était plus une île.
Il y avait une certaine urgence à agir.
Mont Saint-Michel is like the ultimate sandcastle. Il est le symbole d'une stabilité dans l'instabilité du monde actuel.
Nous prenons conscience de notre petitesse face à cette masse formidable.
C'est l'illustration de la capacité que l'homme a à surmonter ses propres limites.
Le Mont Saint-Michel, c'est le plus bel endroit du monde. Incontestablement.
Mont Saint-Michel, the best place in the world, I guess that's true. Next destination is immersion in the Loire Valley and countryside. Again, this part of France that we spend some time on, but just because we think this is very iconic, very emblematic of what you can find, again, combination of wine and history and architecture. So that package is a bit shorter. We have 3 nights in this area. That's again for you the best chance to have this countryside experience of this area by visiting some chateau and castle and vineyards. And the package, you have the 3 nights plus the accommodation, plus the breakfast, and the dinner served on the very first night when you arrive on this destination. So day number 1, it's a day you're gonna to spend. Sorry, the number 1 is coming right now. I can go to my Get number 1. So 2 of the vineyard that you're gonna to experience and to visit. The one is about Saumur. Another one in the same area is family winery. Again, we privilege more the one-to-one, face-to-face experience rather than being part of a big group going to traditional and very touristic destinations. And the Montsoreau Castle. I just go back to Saumur wine. So Loire Valley is very famous. We talk about that prior to with the Vouvray wine, but Saumur is another one that is very famous in this area. This is a wine that you can find along the Loire River Valley. We know very much Saumur being a sparkling wine, just like a very traditional method of making a sparkling wine. This is a red wine and mainly made from Cabernet Franc. We have as well the wine, as I mentioned before, from this cépage Chenin Blanc, just because, again, this is a typical cépage from this area here. Then number 2 would be the visit of the medieval village, which is Fontevraud. And then when you're there in Fontevraud, this is for you the chance to visit the abbey. Sorry, we're going to have this short video for you to experience from inside the Fontevraud abbey. So Fontevraud Abbey and the Fontevraud village, it's like the time stopped there in the Middle Age. Loire Valley again, and you understand that we have a chance to talk about different castles, but they are not only castles there, but this abbey again in that very iconic village that I had the chance to visit myself. So when you go to visit the Fontevraud Abbey, you just leave the abbey behind you, just walk I would say 60 meters away from it, and on your right hand you have this nice hotel and restaurant. This is where my friend Christopher and his wife Anke are, and that's a good experience for you as well to chat with them. And they have so many stories to share with you about this specific village. Then number 3, this is for you a chance to visit some other typical and very emblematic village like Saumur. We talk about the wine. You will have a chance to visit this village, and you finish the tour on day number 3 at the end of the afternoon with another visit in this vineyard about this sparkling wine that they produce in there. That would be the end of this presentation for that destination, the countryside of the Loire Valley. We're gonna jump to the next presentation. Before that, we're gonna have this a video about Corsica. For the one who doesn't know, Corsica, this island which is maybe 2 hours, 3 hours away from Nice, French Riviera, 2 or 3 hours away by boat from that part, and that a very typical iconic again island in south of France, so Corsica.
Tutto vabbè.
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 Tutto vabbè, that's some Corsica language. As you know, in France, different region has different dialects, and Corsica has its own tutto vabbè. In Italy, tutto va bene. In French, tout va bien. Basically, everything is smooth and cool. That's what the spirit is on this island. I mentioned Italian just because for the one who do not know, Corsica was a disputed island between French and Italian. That was a place where Napoleon was born, and then he just made sure that Corsica was part of France since then. And then this is, as you have seen, a great destination. And the next destination is going to change the part of the world, the France. Sorry, we're going to go up north between Normandy and Brittany. Brittany and Normandy are two specific regions from the west and the north of Paris and France. Again, just because regions are very bounded to the terroir, to the soil, and there's always a competition between regions. So Brittany and Normandy are very two strong regions. They want to make sure that we understand the distinction between both regions. And we will talk about that, this disputed Mont Saint-Michel in between, where we don't know, some knows that it belongs either to Normandy or Brittany, just depending on what side of the region you are looking at. This is a destination where, in a package where you're gonna have to, where you are going to have the chance to visit Saint-Malo and the Mont Saint-Michel. The chance to be by the sea is that you're gonna to when you wake up in the morning, see the sea from your bedroom, and obviously having some time where again a guided English speaking person will explain to you the story of that region and more. More particular about the Mont Saint-Michel. For the one who were with us before, the video showed us already a lot about Mont Saint-Michel. So this is a 2 nights package. It's a 3-star hotel room. This is a package that includes the breakfast. You still have as well one dinner and drinks included during the package, during the stay. Sorry. And the entrance that is part of the package. You will have a chance to taste some oysters in this region as well. More in detail now, the day number 1 and 2. First, day number 1, actually 2 nights, 3 days. You start with your dinner in Saint-Malo, and you will stay in Saint-Malo. Some few words about Saint-Malo. This is a city that is actually history goes very, very far in the French history. By the time of the Roman, we're talking about just like year 0 in our era. When the Roman occupied France back then, Saint-Malo was already, as we can understand, being by the sea, a very important city. It became very notorious and more important during the we say Middle Age, where it was a place known for corsair or pirates. The difference between corsair and pirates. So a corsair were people working for the French king, and then whatever they will get from those battles on the sea will go somehow back to the monarchy. Where the pirates, they don't belong to any country, any monarchy or any countries. They are more working for themselves. They were very famous corsair like Surcouf from Saint-Malo, but not only. And that's the link between Saint-Malo and Canada. Actually, the Saint-Malo is a place where Jacques Cartier, for the one who knows, and especially in Canada, who was Jacques Cartier, who discovered Quebec and Canada from the East Coast. So this is a place, Saint-Malo, where Jacques Cartier was born and raised, and this is a place where he departed when he crossed the ocean all the way to the Saint Lawrence River. The day number 2 will be still the occasion for you to stay in Saint-Malo and having those oyster toasting in a Cancale. Number 3 would be the Saint-Michel. Mont Saint-Michel, we're going to have a quick video about it. Another video different from the previous one. For the one who don't know, Mont Saint-Michel, it started from a monastery first, where only monks were there, and then it grew like a village with different houses and accommodation built around that. And it is considered as kind of an island, just because when the tide are very high, the Mont Saint-Michel is totally surrounded by the water, and then the tide is low. Actually, you can back then when I was a kid, which was decades ago, I was lucky to walk on the sand from the parking all the way to the Mont Saint-Michel. But now you most likely use the bridge that has been built, but you can walk from the land to the island on the sand, making sure that in between 2 tides you're not caught by the high tide when it comes, because it goes very, very, very fast. Some people say that it goes as fast as running a horse, so you better be careful when you walk there to make sure you are not trapped by the high tide. So a small video about Saint-Malo. Mont Saint-Michel, not Saint-Malo, as I said before. Sorry about that. Some comments from Patricia. So you couldn't go into Brittany and staying in Saint-Malo. Yes, you have a chance to rent a house there. There are great houses there. We're gonna jump to the next presentation, and that will be a presentation from Marta and Marion about the Opera Palazzo. But just before that, we're gonna go and travel still in France, but this time in what we call the French West Indies. That's in that part of the Caribbean islands where we have France, some territories there. We are going all together to Saint-Martin. Just get ready. Yes, white sand, blue sky, blue water, palm trees. This is France as well. This is part of French territories. Overseas, don't we just, all of us, wish to be there? Can share something with you. As you know, we are from Vancouver. You might have heard about the weather condition that we have been going through those past days. And I can tell you that there's only one place I would like to be. It's just in Saint-Martin myself. I'm going to pass the mic to Marion and Marta. They are going to talk to us. Hello. They're going to talk with us about Opera Palazzo. Thank you. Welcome. I just leave the floor for you. And I will see you just after your presentation.
Okay, thank you. So, hi everyone, and we are Marion and Marta, and sorry for the accent because we are both Italian, but we live in France. So, we are very pleased to participate in this live video, and thanks to Best of France. So, when we knew that we had to explain you Opera Palazzo, we, in few minutes, we thought that we could do a presentation very clear, scholastic, but we found out very boring. So we decided to be more interactive, as is our event that we are going to present you. So first of all, I will share the screen so you can. Oh, sorry. Here it is. So you can see the presentation. And I'd ask you, first of all, if there is someone, some of you that love opera. And maybe also there is someone between you that thinks that opera is boring. Voila. Okay. So,
Okay, very interesting.
interesting. Well, for any one of you who love it, or even if you want to approach the opera and you think that is not going to be bored, but you have we have the perfect solution with Opera Palazzo. Yes. So it's a new way to experience opera, and I let Marta to explain a little bit about this event.
Thank you, Marion. So, Opera a Palazzo is a unique concept that was created in Venice 10 years ago, where they tried to recreate the atmosphere of the musical salon of the 19th century, where guests were welcomed in the noble palaces to attend performances. To realize this project, they came up with the idea of immersive opera. This concept is a reduced adaptation focused on the main roles and characterized by three factors. So, immersive opera, an exceptional palace rich in history that becomes the opera set, then is a traveling performance. Each act is set in a different hall so that the audience follows the story and the artist in an active way. And then the closeness to the artist that allows you to experience the power and the emotion of the opera in an intimate way. So, impressed by the originality and the success of the Venetian experience, we decided to bring this experience to Paris as well. We chose to produce Giuseppe Verdi La Traviata as our first show because its story is set in Paris. This adaptation is centered on the three main singers, accompanied by a piano, a violin, and a cello.
So, we found the perfect location to host the Traviata is the Hôtel Particulier d'Ontière, which is the Hôtel Particulier where Adolphe Thiers, who was the president of the Third Republic, lived with his family. And this hotel is one of the prestigious buildings of the 9e arrondissement, which is emblematic of the Parisian Romantic movement on the first half of the 19th century. So here lived in this how to say the
Hôtel Particulier.
Yes, in the neighborhood lived many artists. So great name in literature, music, and fine art, such as Chopin, Victor Hugo, Monet, and of course, for us it's very important, Alexandre Dumas, who wrote The Dame Camélia, which maybe some of you know, that is the plot, the story of La Traviata.
Yes.
So, to explain more in detail what consists our evening, I let Marta explain you la soirée.
La soirée, so the evening. So, what will you experience during one of our Opera Palazzo evening? First of all, you will be warmly welcomed among a maximum of 40 people to the Hôtel Particulier d'Ontière for a private tour of the palace, where you will discover the history of this beautiful place. Then you will assist to the adaptation of La Traviata a few meters away from talented artists and follow Violetta the Traviata, from one salon to another, living with her the great emotions of her story. And then you will enjoy champagne and a high-quality cocktail in the charm of a garden or in a salon for an informal exchange with the artist. So it's unique.
Yes. So to make this evening exceptional, we have taken care of every detail. Of course, talented artists, but also costumes from one of the most famous Venetian ateliers, Nicolao, high quality champagne from Leclerc-Briand, one of the oldest family champagne producer in Epernay, and a cocktail prepared by a starred restaurant that is Alliance. So now that you know all the detail of our evening and you understood that it's so amazing, you have to book. So how?
So yes, but finally we have one last question for you. Those who said that opera bored them, have we managed to change your mind or at least make you curious? So we hope so, and we invite you to come and discover it. We wait for you.
Yeah, and so for the booking, you have to check the available dates on the website, so opera-palazzo.com. And just today, for the occasion of this live meeting, we put on sale the dates for 2022. But until March, so for those who will not be traveling in Paris soon, don't worry, because you just have to check on the website, and we are constantly updating and putting new dates on the website. Yes. So don't worry, the event is going to continue. So we have also a special offer for you that is a promotional code. So it's Best of Friends. Just you have to write Best of Friends when you are booking on our website, and you will have a discount of 20% for any of our dates. So don't hesitate. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening us. And also, if you need some information, please write to us, contact us, and it will be a great pleasure.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
Marta, Marion, thank you very much for your presentation. Again, Simon is working on the chat and will provide all the audience your contact details. So if anyone wants to go further discussing about I want to say it in very proper way, as you said in Italian, so Opera di Palazzo, they will be free to contact that. And about the accent, make sure about one thing, just keep your accent. That is very part of your charm. Just like the French accent in English, right? Thank you again. Thank you very much.
Bye.
We're gonna to go to the next presentation. That will be the last one. Just prior to that one, we're gonna to have this short video as an interlude, and that one will take you to Guadeloupe again on the French West Indies. You have Martinique and Guadeloupe, which are departments of France, and then after that video, we're gonna to finish the session today with the last presentation. Well, I feel like I'm showing the 6 o'clock news when we have those technical issues. So I'm taking over the mic, and then we're gonna to jump to the next presentation right now. Forget about Guadeloupe for this time. We're gonna have that on the next in another session. We're gonna to finish today the session with the tour in a vineyard to the ocean. That the name of this tour. We talk about the Loire Valley, but if you keep going to the Atlantic coast and you hit a bit further south of France, you're gonna to reach the Saint-Emilion area and Bordeaux. So we have this offer package that consists of 2 days, I guess 3 nights. 3 nights, 4 days. That will just take you the to this part of France, where again you will have a chance to get taste the best wine in France, like a Bordeaux wine, and as well as to enjoy the scenery of this Atlantic coast, this part of the Atlantic coast, which is southwest of France. Including that package, you have a gastronomic restaurant for the first night. You do have the car rental breakfast as well as 2 visits and tasting in the chateau during that day, and then that stay, and then you will have this bassin d'Arcachon, the Arcachon Bay, and the Cap Ferrat village, which are very iconic in this area. So day number 1, you're going to have after you arrive in this area, the chance to go to visit city of Bordeaux. This is very classic, what we call classic French provincial city. And then this is a place which is very famous as well for some great gastronomic restaurants. So you will have a chance to experience the food from there. Good chance for you to taste as well some oysters, and to finish with cannelé, which are the specialties from there. The day after, on day number 2, you will have the chance to go to the Saint-Emilion. You're going to visit this a medieval village that has been classed as ranked by the UNESCO as a heritage village. We're going to introduce that video about the village, and we're going to talk about the wine just after that video. Saint-Emilion, so the village, medieval village, as well as the vineyard. You're gonna to have a chance on that day, on day number 2, to visit this castle, Château de Bordeaux, where you will have time to experience some of the local wine from Bordeaux area. Saint-Emilion is talking about the village now. Saint-Emilion is a village that's been has been identified as a village was created like in the 2nd century, so a long time ago as well. This is a place where, again, talking about wine, we know that the cépage we have there as the Médoc, the Grève, and the Pomerol, those are classic wine. This is a place that was called before Ascumbas. There was a time where the Roman occupied France, again at the year 0 in era, and they came with the name of Saint-Emilion on the 8th century, only after the monk by the name of Emilion went to that place and made the first wine. So Saint-Emilion comes from this monk. Just a small story about this place. Then number 2, finish with this either masterclass of wine blending or bike ride in a vineyard. That's up to you to decide what you want to do. On day number 3, you will have the chance to visit La Dune du Mont Pilat. This is a dune that separates the place you are coming from, day number 2, to go to the Arcachon Bay, the Bassin d'Arcachon. This is a place where you get to enjoy oysters. It's very specialties from this place. The dune of Mont Pilat, the dune of Pilat is actually the largest in Europe. This is 500 meters wide and 2.7 kilometers from south to north. The height of the dune is over 100 meters, like 340 feet high above the sea level. That's a very, very particular dune that it's a must visit place when you go to this area. To finish that tour on day 4, you will have a chance to go to the Cité du Vin in Bordeaux downtown, and that will be the end of your stay during that visit in Bordeaux area. That is the end of our session. I know that. Thank you very much, Brandon. Yes, it is amazing. It is amazing, actually. This is the end of our session, and I know a lot of people are waiting for the result of the lucky draw, because we just want to make sure that we provide a chance for one of you to experience France and to go there. And the Best of France was very happy to put as a first prize a trip to France. I have the winner. During the presentation, we had this lucky draw happen, and then the winner is Tonya Sampson. This is Tonya. Sorry, we're gonna to contact you during the end of the session, or Simon on the chat will let you know what is the process from now for you to get aware from us, and then we can provide you all the information. We do have, for the subscription to the France-Amérique magazine, 3 winners. We have Li Ping, Larissa, and Marilyn. So just before we end that session, I want to first of all thanks all the audience, all of you who attended that presentation, that session. I really hope that you enjoyed the different trips that we took you to. If ever you need more information, just feel free to contact us. We'll be happy to come back to you. I want to give again a good thanks to Tonya and Tonya Sampson for the good congratulations for Tonya Sampson for the first prize. And we're gonna to finish this session with a video about Lyon. Lyon is again a city that was called Lugdunum in a Roman time when it was occupied. Is to me the best city in France, not only because I was born there, just because it is the best city in France. That was a joke for me, just to leave you for the rest of your day. Thank you very much again for that, for your attention for that session. Just stay tuned. We're gonna have to come back in a few weeks or months from now to for another session of France, about France, and discover different part of France. Thanks very much again for your attention.
Offshore through the tides of oceans, we are shining in the rising sun. As we are floating in the blue, I am softly watching you. But boy, your eyes betray what burns inside you. Whatever I feel for you, you only seem to care about you. Is there any chance you can see me too? 'Cause I love you. Is there anything I could do just to get some attention from you? In the Cause I've lost every trace of you. Where are you? Seem to care about you. Is there any chance you could see me too? 'Cause I love you.